You're about to see 5 of the creepiest ghost photos ever. First up, the woman in the window. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado is one of the most haunted spots in the world. Recently, Kim Kimberly visited the Stanley and took the ghost tour. They tell everyone to take a lot of pictures, so she snapped a few photos of the front of the hotel. Kimberly said she didn't see anything in the window on the 3rd floor during the tour. Later on, when she went through her photos, she saw this. A figure in the window. She said there was no one in the windows when she took the photos, saying her friends that she was with didn't notice anyone either. She believes it looks like a woman or a girl. And for those saying it could be the curtains, Kimberly stated the curtains are the exact same in every window. They are see-through. She said, quote, "If it was a mannequin, I would have seen it while taking the photo, and others would have got it on camera as well. Besides, I took a photo at 9:03 and 9:04, and it's there in one and not in the other," end quote. That figure is creepy looking, isn't it? Others have questioned if the image is photoshopped. Kim stated, "I don't even know how to do that. This is a very busy hotel, so is it just a person looking out the window? A guest?" Well, apparently, hotel employees stated that particular room was supposedly unoccupied that evening. Guests and employees at the Stanley have reported many strange occurrences there, such as lights turning on and off, doors abruptly slamming shut, the eerie sounds of laughter, seeing shadowy figures and apparitions. The staircase in the hotel's lobby has been dubbed the Vortex, a paranormal portal for ghosts to enter this world. So who is the woman in the window? This is one of my favorite ghost photos of all time. I see a woman or girl in a white dress with long hair. So eerie. What do you see in the window? Let me know in the comments. One thing we do know, she's keeping an eye on the hotel, watching who's coming and who's going. Amazing. Next up, the man in the kitchen. A Reddit user took to the internet with a horrifying discovery. He said he had been hearing these strange rustling sounds coming from his apartment kitchen late at night. He had no idea what it was. This had been going on for years, and it was getting hard to ignore. So he turns on his Samsung night vision camera, pointing it towards the kitchen, and captured this photo. You can see a little something there, right? Let's take a look at this photo brightened up a bit so we can really get a clear picture. Prepare yourself, because it's creepy. Yeah, it's really creepy. The haunting male figure appears to have dark hair, and comparing it to the nearby refrigerator, it appears to be very tall. I hope that's a ghost. I'll say that, because if there's just some really tall man roaming around my kitchen at night, please, I'm out of there. No questions asked. Bye-bye. But I gotta know, what are your thoughts? What do you think it is in that photo? Let me know in the comments. Next up, the Pink Lady of Green Castle. This photo was taken by Guy Winters. He and a friend were investigating the O'Hare Mansion in Greencastle, Indiana. A friend had told Guy that he and his girlfriend had a pretty creepy encounter there, so they were very eager to explore. The friends, along with a group of paranormal investigators, did a tour. Their investigation lasted days. They had VHS video cameras and simple flash cameras. One evening in particular, the group began to feel like they weren't alone there, if you get what I'm saying. Guy was walking around the exterior, taking photos of the windows and doorways, and he captured this. The ghostly figure of a woman, lit by a pinkish glow. The vapory yet solid figure staring out from one of the windows. He didn't recall seeing anything at the time, but when the film was developed, there she was, the Pink Lady of Greencastle. She's believed to be the ghost of Irene O'Hare, one of the O'Hare descendants. And take a look at this. This is pretty fascinating. This shows an analysis done on the photo, which shows the figure in more detail. You can really make out its features. A photographic expert said the figure of the Pink Lady was registered on the film and was not caused by a camera malfunction or questionable activity afterwards. This photo is amazing and kind of scary, but what do you think? Is this a ghost? Next up, the Madonna of Bachelor's Grove. The image you're about to see is haunting. This photo was taken during an investigation of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery near Chicago by the Ghost Research Society, aka GRS. In August 1991, a few members of the GRS were at the cemetery, which is a smaller abandoned graveyard. This cemetery has a long-standing reputation of being one of the most haunted in the United States. It's been the site of more than 100 reports of paranormal activity, including seeing apparitions, unexplained noises and sights, and on a few occasions, giant glowing balls of light have been seen in the cemetery. So Mary Huff, a member of GRS, was snapping black and white pictures with a high-speed infrared camera in an area where the group had experienced some strange activity. At the time, the cemetery was empty, except for the group. After developing the photos and looking through, she saw this image. A lonely-looking young woman dressed in white, sitting on a tombstone. As you can see, she is partially transparent, and her dress style seems dated, something from another time. This ghostly woman became known as the Madonna of Bachelor's Grove. Other ghosts reportedly seen in Bachelor's Grove includes figures in monks' clothing and the spirit of a glowing yellow man. I'm one of those people that finds cemeteries really peaceful, but there's something about this photo that is somber. I wonder who she is and what happened to her. But how do you feel when you look at this photo? Let me know in the comments. Next up, the farm ghost. This is one of the most fascinating ghost photos I have ever seen. Taken by photographer and graphic designer Neil Sandbach in 2008, Neil was taking some scenic photos at a farm in Hertfordshire, England. He was actually there working on a project for wedding stationery. A couple planned to have their wedding ceremony held there. Later on, Neil took a look at some of the digital photos enlarged on his computer, and he was astonished at what he captured. Take a look at this. Seemingly peeking around a corner at him is a ghostly white figure of what looks like a child. Neil said he was sure no one was there at the time. But that's not all. Get this. There is further corroboration that this is a true ghost photo. Neil showed the couple the chilling photograph, and they were also very interested. So before their wedding, they asked a few staff members at the farm if they had ever experienced anything paranormal there. They didn't mention the photo, they just wanted to see what they would say. And they said yes. In fact, quite a few employees had seen the ghostly apparition of a young boy dressed in white night clothes. He's reportedly been spotted numerous times around the barn. That is wild. But I gotta know which photo was your favorite. Thanks so much for joining me today. Subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and turn on post notifications. Next episode, I've got so much more spookiness coming your way. Until then, I'm Avery Ross, and this is Avery After Dark.